I think I just caught a whiff of salt air. Oh my god, that was so dumb. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Maddie, and in today's video I am going to be picking my August TBR with my trusty TBR jar. If you're new here, I'm going to pick 8 little books in this jar. They all have numbers 1 through 25 on here, and then I have numbers on my laptop which match up with a prompt. I do it that way so I can change up the prompts every month, and I haven't done this in a few months and I love doing these videos, but I do an awful job of actually sticking to my TBR. But the last few months I've made kind of an internal TBR and I've stuck to it. So let's go back to the jar and see if I have any luck this month. If you see this pimple patch here, no you don't. I love having acne at 28. It happens to the best of us. First prompt. Number 20 says, a book on your 25 books I want to read in 2025. I have a reading journal where I did exactly that. I wrote 25 books I want to get to in 2025. And honestly, I've kind of killed it. I think I've read about 15 books. But let me go see which books are remaining on there and I will show you guys my options. Oh my gosh, I've read 18 out of 25 books. I am amazing. Now, why is it so easy to read these books, but not actually read the books I picked from this jar? Okay, the only books I can read, we have Eliza from Scratch, Romance Rivalry, Everything is Tuberculosis, The Missing Half, Not Another Love Song, Anna Green Gables, and The Library at Mount Char. The only book I actually have a physical copy of is Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. Honestly, the main reason why I stopped filming these TBR videos, I mean, it's because I wasn't actually reading the books I was picking, but mainly it was because I didn't want to tell you guys I didn't read this book for yet another month that I said I would read it. And here we are again. This is the first book I am facing. And you know what? I think that right there is a sign that I'm going to read this in August. And if I don't, believe me. I will say though, I do really want to read The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers, but my Libby hold for that book is not ready yet. And the other books, none of them are really calling to me right now. But there's still time. So I am, in fact, going to add Everything is Tuberculosis to the TBR. It's a nonfiction book by John Green. You may have heard of him because he wrote The Fault in Our Stars, Turtles All the Way Down, Looking for Alaska. All books I loved and still love to this day. And I know he does an amazing job writing and researching his nonfiction books. So I'm so excited to read this and feel how much he cares about the topic. I've seen him talk a lot about this book and do a lot of marketing for it, and this man is just so smart. He's the only man I like, besides my husband. Prompt number 2. This one says, a fantasy book that is already downloaded on your Kindle. Wait, I've been so into fantasy after I finished Silver Elite, so let me go get my Kindle and we'll decide. I am crazy. Well, actually, let me have you guys tell me if I'm crazy or not. You know how Kindle Unlimited, you can only have 20 books downloaded to your Kindle at a time? Are you a person that downloads 20 books at a time and has your Kindle loaded with all of those books? Or do you only download 1 book at a time? Because right now, all 20 books are downloaded on my Kindle, and I would have to return one of these if I want to download something else. I just like having options, you know? So let's see what fantasy books are already downloaded. Twilight. I can't do that right now. I'm not ready for that. We have Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I've never read anything by Devney Perry, so that would be fun. Blood and Betrayals. I think this is an older book that people compared to ACOTAR. I loved ACOTAR. We have Quicksilver. Am I actually gonna like Quicksilver, or is it gonna be like another Powerless situation? I did not care for Powerless at all. Wait, I thought I had other books downloaded. Maybe I returned them. I'm thinking Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. That would be fun. I haven't heard anything about this book, and I love going into books like that because then you can't hype it up too much and be let down by it, or if you hear enough terrible reviews about it, you don't actually want to read it. But I have no expectations for this book and I'm so excited. I can't keep sitting on the ground at my grown age. My knees hurt. It says it takes 13 hours to read. Oh my gosh, and it's now in development as a feature film. The gods sent monsters to the 5 kingdoms to remind mortals they must kneel. I've spent my life kneeling, to their will and to my father's. As a princess, my only duty is to wear the crown and obey the king. I was never meant to rule, never meant to fight, and I was never supposed to be the daughter who sealed an ancient treaty with her own blood. But that changed the fateful day I stepped into my father's throne room. The day a legendary monster hunter sailed to our shores. The day a prince ruined my life. Now I'm crossing treacherous lands besides a warrior who... Now I'm crossing treacherous lands beside a warrior who despises me as much as I despise him. Bound to a future I didn't choose and a husband I barely know. Is this an arranged marriage trope? Everyone wants me to be something I'm not. A queen, a spy, a sacrifice. But what if I refuse the role chosen for me? What if I made my own rules? What if there's power in being underestimated? Yup. And what if, for the first time, I've reached for it? Reach for what? Your Kindle? Third prompt. I wasn't expecting to be stabbed. I wasn't expecting that. This says reread beach read. I mean, the jar said it. The jar said it, and I've been wanting to do that. This will be my 3rd time rereading it, and expect a reading vlog where I cry for an hour straight. Let me get her. Oh, I actually have 2 copies of this. That's how you know. It's one of my favorite books of all time. This one has been through everything. It's been through 3 moves. This book has lived in Georgia, and it has lived in Europe. It has been highlighted, torn apart to shreds. Wow. And here's my special edition copy to just be on display and show everybody how much I love this book. And I love the yellow. Are you kidding me? I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. This isn't a book haul. I'm going to reread Beach Read, and I can't wait. January and Gus are everything to me. This is one of the books that got me back into reading, and I still love it to this day, and I will love it forever. 4th prompt. This one says a number in the title. I'm going to pick a book off my physical TBR if I have one, because I don't really feel like doing a little research and searching. These are the only 2 books I have for this prompt. I'm having deja vu. Did I pull this exact prompt from my last video? Yeah, I did. Okay, we have 6 of Crows and 1-star romance. Don't feel like reading this. Nope. Don't feel like reading this right now. We're gonna do 1-star romance. It sounds good. Booktuber of the year. This is what it says. A struggling writer is forced to walk down the aisle at her best friend's wedding with the man who gave her book a very public 1-star rating in this fresh romantic comedy. Why would a man do that? 380 pages, and I think this is the author's debut novel. Nope. Literally says Laura Hankin is the author of Happy and You Know It, A Special Place for Women and the Daydreams. I'm reading this. I love a good romance, love a good contemporary romance. I love this. I mean, as you hope with every book you pick up, Maddie. Prompt number 5. This one says a book you have out from the library right now. Okay, so I have some books out from Libby. I have decided that I'm going to read Mistakes We Never Made by Hannah Brown. I went to check my Libby app and that book was ready to borrow, and it wasn't one I was expecting to pick for this video, but she's just been on my Instagram page lately. She just got married, and I've been following her honeymoon adventures because we were both in Croatia at the same time. And I do really like her. I just kind of fell off of following influencers for a while because I was jealous. But I do really like her, and I think she's genuine, and I loved her season of The Bachelor, and I'm so glad she finally got her happy ending. And my friend Alex recently asked if I read anything by her because she now has 2 romances as well as a memoir, but I don't know if I'll ever read that. But her romance novels sound cute, and wholesome, and I kind of want to see how she is as a writer and if I'll like her books. I'll give anybody a chance. I have given worse people a chance, that is for sure. Hannah Brown's book looks like two friends go on a road trip, and it may be friends to lovers. It looks like maybe it was a situationship before, or they dated in the past. I don't know. I don't feel like reading that whole thing, but I've heard okay things about it. But I'll be the final judge of that. Okay, 3 more prompts. This one says a book by one of your favorite authors. I know what I'm going to do. Ellie Hazelwood. I love her, but now more than ever, I just love her. I read Problematic Summer Romance last month, and then I finally read Check and Mate because it's on my TBR right here, and I enjoyed that one as well. I only gave it 4 stars, but I gave Problematic Summer Romance 5 stars, and honestly, I think I've given a lot of Ellie Hazelwood's books 5 stars. I talk about this in every single video, but here I go again. Here are the books I've given 5 stars to by Ellie Hazelwood. The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, Deep End, Problematic Summer Romance. Okay, the books I've given 4 stars, Not in Love, Check and Mate. The lowest I've given a book by her, 3 stars. And I gave 3 stars to Bride and Love Theoretically. So safe to say she is one of my favorite authors. And I picked up Loath to Love You by her recently because I want to read everything she's ever published. And I think this is the last thing by her I haven't read as of now. She better be working on something because I need something new by her. There are 3 separate short stories in here, and I'm sure they will all be amazing. I will be reading Loath to Love You in August. 2 more books. Yay! This one says, the last book you purchased. My other books are screaming at me right now because some of these books have been on these shelves for 2+ years, but the jar said it. So it's really not my fault. The last book I published, Girl, purchased. Have I been saying that this whole time? The last book I purchased, I actually purchased yesterday at the airport when we landed back in Amsterdam because I have no self-control, and that is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I was flipping through this yesterday and I saw this list of books Holly Jackson published, and I quickly realized that I've read everything she's ever published, and that she is actually probably one of my favorite authors as well because I loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I loved how the series ended. I loved the show, and I really enjoyed the reappearance of Rachel Price. I also enjoyed 5 Survive, so if I read this, that means I've read everything by her. And I'm excited to read this one because it sounds so interesting. This is what it says. In 7 days, Jet Mason will be dead. Jet is 27 years old. Having never left Woodstock, Vermont, she's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she always says. She has time. Until, on the night of Halloween, Jet is violently attacked by an unseen intruder. She suffers a catastrophic brain injury. The doctor is certain that within a week, she'll be killed by a severe aneurysm. Jet has never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her ex-best friend turned sister-in-law, her former boyfriend. She has just 7 days, and as her condition deteriorates, she has only her childhood friend Billy for help. But nevertheless, she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is going to solve her own murder. Guys, that sounds amazing. And I fly through Holly Jackson's thrillers, so I'm sure this will be no different. And I'm anticipating this to be a highly rated book for me. 4, 5 stars, we shall see. Okay, last pick. A book you think you will rate 5 stars. Okay, cool. Well, can't use that one, but I do have another book at the top of my mind that I'm so excited to read. Let me get it. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is her newest release, and I've loved a lot of TJR's books, and this one feels like it will be no different just because I love this author's writing, and the story sounds amazing in this one. I think it's going to be very emotional, and I can't wait to get to it. And I really feel like this could be 5 stars. I could be feeding into the hype surrounding this book, but I have given this author 5 stars in the past, and I'm really hopeful. I'm not going to read the summary on this one. You guys know what this is about. You've probably already read it. Let's quickly go through the 8 books I picked for this video. I'm so excited to be filming these TBR jar videos again. Comment down below if you want me to post one of these every month. First, I'm going to be reading Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. I mean it this time, I promise. Then I'm going to read, is it Shield and Sparrow? I already forget, but the Devney Perry one, I'm going to read that one next. Then I'm going to reread Beach Read. Then we have another contemporary romance, 1-star romance. I think then I picked Mistakes We Made by Hannah Brown, so hopefully I can get to that one. Then Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood, one of my favorite authors ever. Then I'm going to read a new release by another one of my favorite authors, Holly Jackson, Not Quite Dead Yet. And then finally I'm going to get to Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, another highly anticipated read of mine. I need this book to be everything and more. Hopefully I did my math right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Help a girl out. Give us a big thumbs up. Hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button because I post new videos every week and I'm always reading. I'm always doing something bookish, so follow along. I hope you guys will stick around for my next video. Bye.